So if you want a woman to treat you well, you can use this one strategy. It's called creating competition, which if you use, you get more women competing for your attention, and therefore the one that you want will likely want you more and start treating you better. Now that's not the only way to get a woman to treat you better, but it's a very effective one. So that being said, if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned, watch the video until the very end to gain the most possible out of the video. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to get a woman to treat you well and want you more. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, man, and you want consistent updates on similar content like this, as always, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single thing when it's released. Alright, man, so I want you to think about this first. This is just an example. I want you to think about two restaurants. These two restaurants have the exact same menus, or like very similar menus, similar style of food, similar pricing, everything. However, when you go out to the location of these two restaurants, the first restaurant has a line that's like 100 feet long, but the second one has a line of only like 4 people. I want you to think about which restaurant would you assume has better quality food? Obviously, the first restaurant. Now, why is that? That's because you see that other people are frequenting that restaurant, and because you unconsciously see that the line is 100 feet long, you're like, all right, this must have amazing food. As opposed to the other one, there's 3-4 people on the line. That doesn't mean it's bad food, but somewhere in your unconscious mind, you're like, obviously option number 1 is better because everybody's going there, and you're more likely to go there too if you see that. Now here's how it applies to women. When you create competition by getting other women to value and chase you, that dramatically increases the chances of the woman that you are interested in, of her treating you better and wanting you more. Because think about it this way. If everything is going well with this particular woman, and she notices that other women, maybe even her friends or classmates or something like that, are interested in you as well, she's going to make sure she's on her best behavior so that she doesn't put you down and that she doesn't lose you. Because in the back of her mind, she'll know that if she slips up, another woman's going to scoop you up within minutes. Not like actual minutes, but you know what I mean. So if you put yourself in that situation, it's a win-win situation. Because A, the girl that you're interested in, she's going to be acting right. She's going to be giving you what you want to make sure she doesn't lose you. And B, even if she does lose you, there's a whole lot of other women who would want to be with you regardless of the first woman being in the picture. Now you might ask that question, Coach, that sounds amazing, but how do I get myself to that point? Great question. You do that by getting the women to chase you. Now, how do you get the women to chase you? There isn't just one answer for this, but in my best knowledge, here's what it is. It's by becoming a high-value man, and to become a high-value man, you need to really dig deep within the things that you really love, the things that you're really passionate about, the things that will bring out the best version of you, the things that you really love, that you're really good at. I want you to double down on those things. Look into those things you love. If you don't know what you love, first start by what you're curious about, and then double down on that and dig deeper. If you're a funny guy, for example, and people often tell you how funny you are, you might want to try stand-up comedy. I bet you stand-up comedians get tons of girls if they want, even if they're butt ugly and fat and out of shape and everything. Why? Because stand-up comedians, they have confidence. Going on a stage like that and making people laugh, that's amazing. Women love that. You're giving people good feelings. And women love men with a sense of humor. So if you could do that, for example, this is like an example out of like a million examples, then you want to double down on that. That makes you stand out. That makes you unique. I guarantee you, any successful stand-up comedian, they have tons of women chasing them because they have status, they have confidence, and there's competition. You could literally see it. Other people in the crowd are laughing at his jokes, so he must be funny. There's got to be at least 10 women or so in the crowd who'd want to sleep with that man, who want to be with that man. You have to think like that. What are you good at? Boom, double down on that stuff. And get women to chase you. Become a high-value man. If, for example, God has blessed you with good genetics, and you notice that you've been putting off the gym for a while, double down on that. Seek expert professional help from a really qualified guy who'd help you build muscle. Then who knows what could happen after that? Maybe you'll go to the Olympics. Maybe you'll become a fitness model. Whatever it is that's your goal, focus on that. and double down on that. Focus on what's special about you compared to other guys and compared to other people in general. If you're an athlete, for example, if you have an athletic background at least, and you've always wanted to discover more in sports and you're still kind of young, explore further, explore deeper, go back into that, revisit. And then who knows, maybe you could try out for the D1 league, for example, the best, college leagues for sports, for athletics. If you're good with cameras like my younger brother is, you could become a photographer like he is. The bottom line is, dude, you need to focus on a way to make yourself the best possible version of yourself, to achieve that and to double down on that. Double down on what you really love doing and what you're really good at. And then when people see that you're developing at that one thing, they start chasing you, they start becoming interested in you. And it might also be helpful to jot these things down on paper. Jot the things that are really good about you on paper to make yourself even more confident about your own self. Take me, for example. Why would women want to chase me? Here's my answer. I'm confident, I'm good looking, I'm positive, I'm enthusiastic, I'm charismatic, I have a good sense of humor, I have great interests, I'm a great listener, I have great people skills, I love personal development, I love things that most people my age don't necessarily love, like personal development. I don't just sit there and talk about parties and drinking and all this stupid shit. I talk about interesting stuff, deep stuff. I'm interested in stuff like that. I'm in great shape. I make people feel good. I'm influential. You see, those are the qualities that I know about myself that are positive, that make women want to chase me. Now you have to think about the same thing and then double down on those things. For me, I doubled down on it using my YouTube channel and my side hustle, all these things. You have to think of a creative way to utilize your own potential. And when you start excelling, you'll naturally just give off this swagger, this carefreeness, this good energy about you, this free-flowing energy. And people, when they feel it, they start gravitating to you. Women start chasing you. And guess what happens when women start chasing you, especially if it's in one circle? If you're in college, for example. One woman chases you, the other woman notices that she's chasing you, so she starts chasing you. And then before you know it, you have 5 women chasing you, and they all know about it. And when that competition happens, all those women, the one you choose to go out with, she's gonna make sure she's on her best behavior so that you just don't up and leave her and choose another girl. You see how it is, man? You see, in my first college years, I didn't have this luxury. Why? Because I graduated high school in Egypt, and then I came here when I was 18 years old. I barely had any social skills because of the culture shock, because first of all, it was a culture shock going there, and then 7 years later, it was another culture shock coming back. I just didn't have those skills. I didn't have that confidence with women. I didn't have that confidence within myself. You may not have that disadvantage, and you could learn from me. If I knew then what I know now, my life would have been completely different back then. But you know what? I always believe in destiny and fate. And at the end of the day, I'm so grateful for the past because it turned me into who I am today. Let me give you guys an example, one that I personally witnessed right in front of me back in my college years. So this guy, in his first few years of college, women weren't really paying attention to him that much. Why? Because he wasn't really that confident about himself, and he wasn't really taking care of himself as much as he should have. But then, after like the first 2 college years, he started looking better, he started taking better care of his hair, his beard, his swagger, his confidence. And guess what? Predictably, when that started happening, women started taking note. And then, afterwards, he was working on art as well. When he shared his photos, his art photos, like, because he was like an artist, he loved to draw. And when he shared them on his social media, people loved it. And then the class, he created like a class sweater with such an amazing, unique design. Women started chasing him from the class. And then guess what? Before he even knew it, 10 women were interested in him. His only downfall was that he didn't have the confidence, but that's a different story. And then long story short, a few years after that, there was this one girl in a younger class who liked him, and there was like 5 other women who liked him as well. They all said he was good looking. They all were attracted to him. They specifically said there's this mystery about him, and they all liked him. And guess what? He was dating a woman, and then not too long after that, she told him she loves him and she wanted to kind of lock him down. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because there was competition. She was aware of the competition. She was aware that he was a high value man unconsciously because other women were chasing him. And so therefore she was kind of on her best behavior. She wanted to make sure she likes him down, and she wanted to make sure that not another woman scoops him up. Guys, the whole gist of this is to create competition, to get other women interested in you so that you can choose. And not only that, more importantly, you get the woman who is interested in you right now, you get her to act right with you. You get her to treat you well. You get her not to slip up. That way you make sure she's treating you the right way, because if she doesn't, another woman's going to try to take you from her. She needs to have this in the back of her mind. And listen guys, this is not a game, by the way. Some women might be watching this and thinking this is a game. It's absolutely not a game. What happens when a guy is in love with you right now and he kind of locked you down, and then a few months later you're not really feeling him? You broke his heart. How do you know that? At the end of the day, dude, you want to choose a girl who's your ride or die, who's going to lock you down because she wants you, because she wants you of all men. She wants to lock you down because she sees value in you. You need to make sure that woman treats you right. I've been heartbroken in the past, dude, and I don't want the same for you. But the good thing is, I learned from my mistakes, and I've never done those mistakes again. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that whatever woman I'm dealing with, that she's the right one for me, that she's treating me right. She's not showing me the same red flags as the other one used to from years ago. So that's pretty much it, dude. In conclusion, guys, a good way, which is not the only way, but a good and effective way to get a woman to treat you right is by creating competition. And you create competition by getting women to chase you, and you get women to chase you by being a high value man and doubling down on your best traits and the things that you love and the things that you're confident about and the things that you're really good at. Once you get to that point, you'll notice that women chasing you isn't really that hard of a thing to achieve once you start working on and valuing yourself instead of going out there and just partying on the weekends and not working anything on yourself. You want to be ahead of the competition, dude. You don't want to be behind. You want women competing for you. And that's what I want for you too, dude. So anyways, man, if you found this video valuable, make sure you show your support by smashing that thumbs up button. I'd always appreciate it a lot. And also, if you want consistent updates on similar content like this, as always, dude, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single thing in the future. Make sure you also comment down in the comment section below for future videos or ideas you'd like me to cover. And as always, I'm going to reply to those and consider making videos on those. Go to my website, www.dopelifecoaching.com. We still have free consultations for first timers, dude, so make sure you take advantage of that offer. But that's about it, dude. You go out there, become the highest version of yourself, and work on yourself as much as possible, and get women to chase you, and you'll notice that you'll have that competition in no time if you play your cards right. All right, bro, you got this. You're a badass, and you are going to kill it, dude. Peace.